Hey folks, I'm getting word that I'm live. I'm pmcTRILOGY, and I'm going to speedrun Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza for you, which is a real video game. If you're not familiar with this video game, it is a attempt to recreate the original Die Hard movie in a first-person shooter. Time will start when I say go after a 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Yeah, we're in there, folks. So again, this is sort of an attempt to recreate the game, but things don't go quite as we want. There is a bit of an issue. They let John McClane clip through doors. So normally in that first level, we're supposed to use the the management system to find out where our wife is in the building, and we just go. We just clip through the elevator door, because why would we have to look up where our wife is if we can just clip through doors? You may wonder, PMC, how is it that you can clip through doors? And the answer is there's a feature in this game where they don't want you to be stuck in corners by doors, and so that allows us to basically use that feature to clip through the door. We're going to be doing at a bunch. That's our bread and butter. We never mess it up. But we have a few things to do first. At this point, the terrorists don't know that we're here, so we're going to try and be stealthy. We're going to use a fire alarm like in the movie. We're going to pick up an axe, because we just want to cause some accidents so they don't know that we're here. In this game, diagonal movement is slightly faster, so where possible, I'm going to be using diagonal movement. But yeah, they don't know this is me. They're very confused by everything that's going on. Anyway, we need this axe because this axe is the only thing that will destroy that board. Gunfire doesn't do anything to it. But the axe also gives us a nice chance to pick up our first machine guns. This guy, we just have to shoot him in the face a few times so he runs over here and allows us to activate this instant kill. I'm going to pick up this health so these guys stop bothering me. In order to end the level, I have to pick up these items. The Zippo lighter, the CB radio, and that will be everything that we need. These guys have terrible aim, so. And we are through that level. Ho, ho, ho. I have machine guns. So as I said, this game is very much trying to recreate a lot of parts of the movie, but some parts aren't like the movie. This is a part of the game where we're supposed to be stopping a mad bomber from planting bombs throughout the tower. And we're supposed to be chasing the bomber, but we're able to get ahead of him pretty convincingly. Alright, I'm very low in health. So thankfully this game is a PC game. Does have quick save, quick load. I'm going to grab extra health, though. Normally, if you're trying to go for record times, you're skipping a lot of these health packs, but this is another example. The game wants us to get the pliers from the bomber and then defuse all the bombs, but we're able to clip through the door to the end of the level and just peace out.
They'll be here soon.
Now, here's another example. This level, a lot of these levels in this game get reused. And so what it means is that there's some weird properties when the game changes from version to version. And there's supposed to be a door here, but the door only exists in like a later version of the map. And so I'm trying to abuse a door to clip through. This is a rather finicky clip. Let me just kill this guy. So we're trying to use this fence to clip through, and it's very inconsistent. Because normally you would just try to use the fence itself to clip through, but it's not really what you want. So again, the way it works is that I'm holding down sprint and pressing into the door to go through it. Yeah, there we go. So pressing into the side, I'm sprinting into the door frame. That lets me get through. Because what the game's trying to do is it's trying to prevent me from getting stuck in the door by moving me, but it happens to move me through the door. Also, sometimes you need to crouch after going through a door like that, and that'll help you get through quicker. Oh boy. Some of these doors we can clip through, but we're going to choose not to just because it's faster to let the game do it normally. So like I could clip through some of these doors, but not all of them are locked. There will be unlocked doors that we clip through later though. And then you do have to kill this guy to activate this sequence.
Come up to the coast.
All right, and then so this is a sequence where we're stuck here. Let's see. I think I'm trying. Let me do a little history on this game. I mentioned earlier that this is a first-person shooter that tries to recreate the Die Hard movie. The developers who made this are Piranha Games. Piranha Games, a Vancouver-based developer that's still around today. They most recently make MechWarrior Online, and they recently launched MechWarrior 5. Once that door closes, it's our cue to go through here. But this is their first game that they made. This is a Die Hard FPS in the Lift Tech engine. You know, since it's Lift Tech, it just works. We do have to kill those guys to end the level. If you go for headshots in this game, it is very effective, especially for some of these boss characters. Unfortunately, the MP5 isn't terribly accurate, but yeah, so that's the part where we throw the body out and John McClane says, "Welcome to the party, pal." There are walkie-talkie calls, and we're going to jump into them, and that allows us to keep moving while we pull out our walkie-talkie. Because normally, when you pull out your walkie-talkie, you get stuck in place. A lot of levels in this game, we're just going to cut the ribbons because we're going to be able to door clip straight to the end. And this is one such level. Man, the door clips are not... Folks, I apparently have lost my license to door clip today. Maybe I'll go to the other side. So, as you can see, with these doors that have thinner door frames, it's actually a lot harder because you sort of have less room to work with. Oh, there we go. So, sometimes the door is just too thin, folks. But good news, we got through. And now we get to do some other things. Some of you who are Star Wars fans may be familiar with Bigger Luke theory. I would like to introduce you to Shorter John theory, which is a theory about a short John McClane who moves faster than the regular John McClane. So when you're doing the sequence, we do have to guide him around. We're able to clip through the door to where the level ends, but the level won't end unless he's there. And we are able to let the car push us through some of these sequences. So we can get little speed boosts from that. I thought I headshot that guy. So at this point, what I'm doing is I'm just standing in particular places. This is one of those games where if you're too close to an enemy spawn, it won't spawn the enemy, but we still need the enemy to spawn so that we can kill it and progress. Also, these enemies don't actually collide with the with the car, which is really useful. Big fan. So there you go, getting a little speed boost from Argyle, and then, as I said earlier, we're able to clip through this garage door, but the level won't end unless Argyle's car is in here. This guy here we can just shoot. There are flashbangs in this game, but if you just look up, the flashbangs don't matter. Here is a forklift man who we have to shoot in the face a few times, and then he's going to die at the end of this forklift ride. We avoid killing those two guys up there because it prevents a bunch of enemy spawns ahead of us, which really makes our lives easier. Those enemy spawns would normally unlock this door, but we don't really have to worry about unlocking doors because we can clip through all of them. I mentioned earlier that there are unlocked doors that we're still going to clip through. This is one such door, because if you open this door, it activates a cutscene where these guys talk about football, but they're Germans, and they think that their idea of football is pretty messed up, so I'm not going to let them talk. All right, so time for another level that we're basically going to delete because we would have to go throughout that whole portion and find a door code and then punch in the door code on this. But again, it's a door, so, you know, who needs to do door codes when you can just clip through it? This is a door that's unlocked, but would cause a bunch of enemy spawns if we didn't clip through it. And so we're going to clip through it. And the biggest advantage to that is that if we did let enemies spawn, there would be a guy standing behind that door preventing you from opening it. So that's no fun. So while I'm walking along here, I need to scrape myself along this wall. And the reason I'm doing that is because it causes these guys to get out of this grate. And that's the only way I can get this open. Did I mention that I have a Zippo lighter? Branded Zippo lighter. Officially licensed merchandise in Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza. So this is supposed to be a sewers level where we're supposed to swim in our water and do all sorts of things, but we're going to skip most of that by clipping through the door, clipping through the fence here, dropping into the water. So up ahead, there are going to be some SWAT guys, which is really bad news for me because they're going to try and murder me, and there's really nothing I can do about it except run. I can't shoot them because if I shoot them, I immediately game over. And I can't get them to stop shooting me because normally if you're playing this game casually, you should never get that close to them. Like, there are other SWAT guys that do behave correctly and that you can show them your badge and they'll stop shooting you, but it just doesn't work. All right, so this is a little trick where we can just look up this slope and then walk up it by sprinting. You have to have like maximum sprint. You can see there are 3 meters down there in the bottom left-hand corner. There is the heart meter, your health, the lung meter, that's your stamina, and then there's the brain meter. Oh, no one knows what that does. There are people, every time I say no one knows what the brain meter does, there are people who show up and insist they know what the brain meter does. I actually had someone post an entire document about how does the brain meter work, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't looked at it because that would be too big brain. I don't want to know how brain meter works. I just want to keep it a mystery. I believe it's supposed to influence enemy AI, but I've never looked at it. Don't at me. Oh, shoot. All right, well, speaking of being added, I should mention this game is pretty marathon safe because it has autosaves. So, and all the levels are really short. So I get to have a replay on that. Oh boy. How are y'all doing? That was terrible shooting. Usually I can kill that guy pretty easy. That guy. I should mention that the game over screen, once you get in the game over, it locks all your buttons. So you can't actually quick load during the game over screen, which is really good. We need this ammo for later. All right, time for some good old-fashioned hallway combat.
Receiving heavy machine gun fire from the 4th floor. Keep your heads down.
So again, this door is unlocked, but we're going to clip through it in order to avoid 2 enemy spawns. Similar story here. This door is locked. That door is unlocked, and we're going to just skip the whole room that has these enemies in it. And then we get to use this nice bathroom to grab some health. There's only a single dude in this room, so we'll just run by him. No need to deal with that. So we got a little boss coming up here, the guy hanging out in the machine gun nest. And we're gonna pull out a powerful gun to deal with him. And we also get to grab his gun and immediately unload on a bunch of people. I like this. The main feature of this gun is that the muzzle flash is so big that you cannot see what you're aiming at, which is a very strong feature set. I often don't want to see what I'm aiming at, so extremely fair. So that guy back there that was crouched on the floor, he was supposed to unlock that door for me, but again, doors, not really an issue. Now I get to introduce you to my favorite NPC in the game, who I just refer to as that boy. You'll discover soon why I do that. But opening that door summons that boy, and I want you to know that that boy, he is coming. He is coming from where he spawns. Give it a second. Oh, there he goes. All right. So anyway, once he gets to his position, then it starts the sequence where we have to kill a bunch of guys for him to appear.
I'll open the door. Can you hold them off?
Once we kill about 6 guys here, then we can proceed.
There he goes.
One more, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so once he gets the elevator doors partially open, we can jump over him. And then we can crouch to get past the elevator. And then we can actually get to the end of the level before... So what normally happens is that man stands on top of the elevator, and then the elevator falls and he dies. But by being speedrunners, we're able to save his life. Because the cutscene where he dies never plays, and as far as I'm concerned, that means he lives. Speedrunners, saving lives, folks. That's what it's all about. Well, we're here in this kitchen, this break room, so we might as well get some health. That level is called In the Vents, and you may notice that we spent no time in the vents because we clipped through a door. But it is now time to recreate another great scene from the movie. And that's the scene where they send in the tank. So we get a cutscene where they're sending in the tank. And then we get to do the whole drama scene. If you have any children, close their ears.
Geronimo, motherfucker!
John, language.
Let's see you take this under advisement.
It is possible to clip through that door before the cutscene, and it is useful for reasons, but we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so here is where you're supposed to show the police your badge. But if we just fire our gun wildly, we're able to break out of the dialogue with the police, and we can just run to the end of the level through the open door.
Attention, police.
Sir?
Very, very good. Credit to Cyanide for finding that. I should mention that most of the tech in this speedrun was found by Albert Hammock. Credit to Albert for all the finds. He is the architect of the door clip. Hey look, everyone, it's Bill Clay. Please don't confuse Bill Clay with Hans Gruber. Thank you. So this is the part where Bill Clay reveals that he's actually Hans Gruber, but we can clip through doors, so we don't need to do that. We're just gonna run on out of here. And what's great too is that there would be a lot of enemies in this area, but they all don't spawn because of the door clips. And then we get to go to the end. However, our feet are now bleeding. So even though we didn't see the scene where they shoot the glass, we still had our feet get cut. So we are slowly dying from bleeding, which doesn't really do that much damage, but it will take off like one click of health. Which occasionally I'll get to this point with like 1 bar of health and then I'll die. But as long as you have like more than 1 bar of health, you're pretty much fine. Yeah, right. So once we pull that open and pick up health, that is what's the end of the level? That's a cutscene level. All right, so now time for some advanced technology. You may remember earlier this year, we had an issue where a lot of people were trying to hoard toilet paper, and you may wonder what was up with that. Well, your buddy PMC will tell you that the reason why is because we discovered that if you stand on a toilet and rub against toilet paper, it changes your physical properties. And then you can go over to this corner, crouch, and then look at the exit sign. And eventually you'll come back and bounce. Oh boy. Maybe? There we go. Ah, yeah, and there's the end of the level. So, easy peasy. That's how it works, folks. So that's a pretty cool little skip there. Because unfortunately that door that's by the exit we can't clip through. So... But we are able to use these toilet paper to change our physical properties and get through that door real quick. Here's a nice little shenanigan. Shoot the paper. Everyone hates paper. And then jump up onto the door and clip through 2 doors and you're at the end of the level. Nice. Those lasers are fake lasers. They don't hurt. They're like laser pointers. That guy, his AI isn't activated, so he just has to sit there and be sad. All right, so this next area at the bottom of the stairwell, there's a few approaches to this. It's possible to clip directly through the door. And there's also an approach we can use where we change our hitbox properties. I'm scared of that trick, so I'm going to use the old-fashioned trick. And that is clip through the door, open the door, and then fight 5 million people. Oh boy. All right, we're good. So that does open the door by opening the other door, but it also summons 5 million people to fight you, which carries its own risks. And now we get to a little autoscroller. The enemies that are going to try and attack us are going to appear in these elevator doors. And so as long as we just stand like right about here, they won't be able to see us, so they won't be able to shoot us. Hey there, License-a-thon. How's it going? I see people are invoking Brosentia in chat. Well, let me tell you, I did submit this game to Big Bad Game-a-thon, so, you know, if you know anyone in Big Bad Game-a-thon, tell them to take this game. It's a good one, I promise. I mean, it's a bad one. This is a video game. So we just gotta wait for the top of the elevator shaft, and then we'll be able to get where we're going, because there'll be a little gate on the side. Oh, what? Oh, I'm not standing in the right place. I don't know. I'm concerned that Miami Vice is gonna jump the shark by being at a GDQ, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Miami Vice will become the new hottest craze. But for now, we have Die Hard, where I'm going to murder a lot of bank robbers. So at this point, we're tracking down Carl, who's trying to get revenge on us for killing his brother. But, spoilers, it is we who will be murdering Carl. Oh boy. Thought I got that guy. Whoop. By killing this guy before he gets to the door... Oh, interesting. Never mind. If you kill him quickly enough, it prevents these two spawns. But I guess he got to the proximity trigger. Well, I feel silly now. So anyway, we're going to get our big gun to fight Carl. Because Carl is a big boy. We like big guns for big boys. And now we have to kill the 3 people in this room in order to progress. Easy peasy. We'll be using that gun for some of the final fights as well. And then once we kill those guys, you're able to continue on. So you may remember, if you watch Die Hard the movie, that there is a sequence where you have to, where John McClane like jumps off the roof with a fire hose, and it's very action-packed, and it's all up in the movie poster and everything. We're gonna do that, but first, rather than run all the way around the roof, we're gonna just clip through the fence. Trained personnel should only do this, and then jump off. Woo!
God, please don't let me die.
The texture on the ground floor outside the building tiles, which is really good. I recommend it. Here we can use our gun to push us backwards instead of having to swing multiple times, but then we fall to our death. You know, that hasn't happened to me in a while, but if it was going to happen, it would happen in a marathon. All right, let's try this again. Ready? Push yourselves back, swing forward, and fall down. Hey, folks. How you doing? Third time's the charm. Push yourselves back, swing forward, and fall down. Don't worry, folks. This was factored into the estimate. And swing forward. There we go. See, it's really not that hard. You just have to fall off a building 3 times. Oh well. What are you gonna do? So anyway, we clip through the door, cut this level to pieces, jump over the flames. And that's all you gotta do. There are 3 guys in here, and they're all really mad at me, but I'm going to ignore them. Oh God. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that did not go as planned. So we clipped through that door in particular because opening that door spawns a man with a machine gun who is deadly accurate, and we do not want to deal with that man. Well, I took much more damage than I wanted, so I'm going to pick up much more health than I usually do. So the speedrun strat here is going to be to pull out our better gun because we want to try and get the first shots on Hans Gruber. The Hans Gruber boss fight requires us to shoot him in the head 8 times. And what we want to do is try and get the first shots on him. Oh, did I kill my wife? No, I did kill my wife. No, I don't think that counts. Does that count as killing her? Oh my god. So what you have to do, you have to wait for certain animations like that. And then that moves him. And now we can continue. So, so this boss fight, you have to do this 4 times. And he has a steel head. Did I kill her? I don't know. Okay, no, that first shot counted. Usually you can tell if you got it if you just see the blood on Hans's head. This is a real Hans-off fight. Nah, that was a miss. Okay, we got him. Please tell me that counted. Okay. All right, so now we have to wait for him to walk all the way up this ramp, and that'll be it. Time is coming up. Time will be when the cutscene starts after he falls out the window. So as soon as you see that, just end the timer. I'll say it too, but an important note, he has a radius around him that will cause him to instantly kill Holly, our wife, and we don't want to activate that. And it'll activate even through this wall, so we have to give him a little space so that we can walk around here. Whenever you see undefined, that's me quick saving. I don't know why it says undefined. And time. Yo, there you go. We did it. That was not not the best of runs, but we got through it. Lots of door clips, lots of other tricks, lots of Die Hard, lots of John McClane. I hope you all enjoyed. It's always a real treat to show this game off to folks. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep watching License-a-thon. There are so many good runs in it this year, and the staff is doing an excellent job. So please continue enjoying all the runs, and hopefully I'll see you around. So, peace out.